Hello friends, welcome to my today's vlog. Today we will talk about cooking oil, especially for Indian cooking style. In any Indian kitchen, there are generally 5 kinds of cooking oils. One is ghee or the clarified butter. Second is mustard oil. Third is coconut oil. Fourth is sunflower oil. And fifth is the newest entry of all of them, and that is the olive oil. At the end of the video, I'll tell you which oil would be the most efficient in the Indian kitchen. So keep watching this video till the end. And if you like this video, please like it and share it. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe it. We will divide this video into 3 categories, or rather, we will talk about 3 key components to decide which oil is better. First is fat and calories. Second is the nutrients. And third is smoke point. What is smoke point? That I'll tell you towards the end of this video. When we talk about fat, in any oil, there are 2 kinds of fat. One is saturated fat and one is unsaturated fat. Generally, the saturated fat is the unhealthier fat, or which contributes towards your cholesterol, and unsaturated fat is considered to be the healthier fat. There is an easy way to know which oil has more saturated fat. It is when you keep an oil at a room temperature, if it solidifies or if you see some solid contents floating on the oil, so that means it has saturated fat. Let's start talking about ghee and coconut oil first, because ghee and coconut oil are kind of like the oldest cooking oil which are there in our Indian kitchen, and both ghee and coconut oil has a high amount of saturated fat. Like ghee has got around 65% saturated fat and coconut oil has got around 60% saturated fat. But the saturated fat in ghee and coconut oil are considered to be healthy because they are short chain fatty acid. That means they digest easily in our body. And it is also proven that these short chain fatty acids contributes towards HDL, or which we know as the good cholesterol. The other 3 oils, that is olive oil, sunflower oil and mustard oil, they have very less saturated fat, and their maximum percentage is unsaturated fat. When we talk about unsaturated fat, there are 2 kinds of unsaturated fat. One is monounsaturated fat and second is polyunsaturated fat. If you want to know more about them, I will put all the details in the description box so you can go and check there. Now let's talk about calories. So if I consider 1 tablespoon of any oil which we are talking about right now as the serving proportion, 1 tablespoon of ghee or clarified butter has got around 110 to 115 calories. Same portion of olive oil has got around 119 calories, whereas the similar portion of coconut oil, sunflower oil and mustard oil has got somewhere between 120 to 125 calories. So based on fat and calories, I will put in the number 1 position to be ghee and olive oil. Now let's talk about nutrients. When we talk about nutrients, it's mostly the vitamins, because oil don't have any carb or any protein apart from ghee, which has got a very small amount of protein into it. But apart from that, rest of the other oils don't have any carb or any protein. Ghee or clarified butter is very high in vitamin A. It has got 8%. So when we talk about 8%, that means 1 tablespoon of ghee serves 8% of your daily requirement of vitamin A. Whereas olive oil provides vitamin E and vitamin K at around 9 and 10% respectively. But when we talk about vitamins, sunflower oil has got a massive 35% of vitamin E in a serving of 1 tablespoon. So as per the nutrients content, I would say that all the 3 oils here has some vitamin or the other at a higher proportion. So you should rotate different oils on your different meals so that you can get all these vitamins in little quantity from your each meal. Here, I'm not talking about coconut oil or mustard oil, because the vitamin content in those oils are negligible or nearly 0. Now let's talk about the third section, which is the smoke point. What is smoke point? Smoke point is a temperature where oil starts producing smoke. Like when you put an oil in a pan and put it into your oven, at a certain temperature, every oil starts letting out smoke. And that temperature varies from oil to oil. So that is called smoke point. So when we talk about smoke point, ghee or clarified butter and mustard oil has got the highest smoke point, and that is 250 degrees Celsius. Next in the line comes coconut oil and sunflower oil, which has got around 230 degrees Celsius. And last comes olive oil. And I'm talking about the pure olive oil, not the extra virgin, because the extra virgin olive oil has an even lesser smoke point. So the pure olive oil has got a smoke point of around 200 degrees Celsius. Most of the Indian cooking are slow process, or it takes a longer time. So it's ideal that we use oil which has got a higher smoke point. What happens when an oil goes beyond the smoke point? When an oil goes beyond or heated beyond smoke point, it releases certain toxins which are called carcinogenic. Carcinogenic means those toxins can contribute towards the increase of cancer cells in your body. Here, I would like to tell you about one story which we all would have heard in our childhood, that all the Indian kings and emperors, they always used to fry every item in fresh ghee or fresh clarified butter. Yes, they could afford it because they were rich, but why do they used to do it? Because their cook used to know that beyond a certain heat, or if they reuse the oil becomes toxic. So that was more of from the health perspective and rather than the luxury perspective. So now, since you know the smoke point of these 5 oil, if you want to have some fried items, though fried items are never healthy, but sometimes in a party or in any gathering, if you want to cook some fried item, use ghee. That should be the first preference, or mustard oil. So based on all the 3 factors that we talked about, that is the fat and calories, nutrients, and smoke point, I would say the ideal cooking oil should be coconut oil and sunflower oil. Now in India, the southern part of India use more of coconut oil because of the abundance, and the northern part use the sunflower oil, whereas in certain parts they use sesame oil and groundnut oil as well, but I'm not talking about those two because those are not very common in all the kitchens. But if you want to make some dish which can be cooked in 2-3 minutes, like sauteed vegetables and all, you can use olive oil. And when we talk about olive oil, you can use the extra virgin olive oil when you're making some salad as a salad dressing, where you are not even putting that oil into the heat. So you can use there, but never use extra virgin olive oil while you are cooking it. So I would like to conclude this video by saying that no oil is healthy if you take it at a larger proportion. So your daily consumption of oil should be around 2 to 3 tablespoons. More than that, no oil is healthy, not even olive oil. So keep your consumptions within that limit. I hope you all liked this video, and if you liked it, please go ahead and share it. We'll see you back again in my next video. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy.